What's going on, everyone? You're back with your boy Jono for another quick math lesson. Today we're going to look at how to find a 5-number summary from a cumulative frequency graph. If you don't know how to make one of these cumulative frequency graphs, please have a look at one of my earlier videos because I've got how to turn raw data into a graph fully explained in that lesson. Because of this, we're just joining two skills that we already know how to do, so there's no new math involved. Everything that we are going to do will seem really intuitive because you've already got the skills in order to smash this. So all we need to do is find out the total number of scores within the data set, which is extremely easy to do. Just look at the top of the graph. And then we have to divide this total to find the median, Q1 and Q3. We can find the minimum and maximum pretty easy. And once we've got those fives, we're well on our way to getting full marks. So if you have a look at this graph here, we've got cumulative frequency and then some scores between 1 and 8. So we can look at the top of the graph and see straight away that we've got 60 points of data. So if we've got 60 points of data, all we have to do to find the median is use 60 plus 1 and divide that by 2. That's equal to 30.5. So now I know that the 30.5th score is the median. So all I have to do is go over to the 30.5 on my cumulative frequency axis and draw a dead straight line across. This jumps straight across just above that 4. So that means that the frequency is 4. Remember, anything above 4 and before 5 means that 4 is what is accounting for that increase in the graph. Then to find Q1, all we have to do is do 60 plus 1 and divide it by 4 because we're trying to find a quartile. If we do this, we get the answer of 15.25. So the 15th score is going to be the median. Again, if we just go across from 15, we find that it's in between 2 and 3. Because this is cumulative, that means that the answer is 2. All of those values are 2. And that's what our quartile 1 is going to be. To find Q3, it's a little bit harder. We can't just divide by 3 because that would give a weird number. All you have to do is add Q2, or the median, plus Q1, because a half plus 25% will give us that 75% value that we're looking for. So this is 45.75. So we're looking for the 45th to 46th position. So if we just draw a straight line across from here, we can see that the answer is going to be 5 and we're done. So now we've got our quartiles. You can see on the graph pretty easily that 1's the lowest number and 8's the highest. So that means we've got all the information that we need. To finish this one off, we're going to take the information from this cumulative frequency graph and put it into a box and whisker plot. So we can see that these two things mean the exact same thing. Sometimes you might see these lines on the graph and they're just telling us the position of each one of our important numbers. So as we can see that the 1 is at the bottom, that is our minimum value. So exactly where you see that, you put a line down for your box and whisker plot. So again, this is incredibly easy. We've got 1, 3, 4, 5, and 8. Throw those down. 1 horizontal line on each side to make our whiskers, 2 in the middle to make the box, and then we're done. So this skill is incredibly easy as long as you can take the time to accurately graph the data, especially if you're doing it from a table. This will make all the difference because then you can just use straight lines in your ruler to get these ones right. The only trouble students ever run into this is when they rush in and don't plan ahead. If you plan ahead, the maths is not too difficult. Thanks so much for watching this one, guys, and I'll see you later.